Okay, we're doing it live. Hello, hello. Hopefully the audio is working because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So what's up? Joe Frago here from Twitter. Kind of randomly doing like this completely random stream. Problems already. Gosh dang it. Okay. So yeah, wanted to do some testing on how to do this crap because I did a live stream like literally like 2 years ago, and I haven't even messed with the computer at all since then. So I had a heck of a time getting this thing going. But I was just browsing Twitter and seeing some random nonsense, and I was gonna do like a little Twitter video thing. Then I was like, I'm random as hell, so why not just go live instead? So yeah, I got StreamYard working and wanted to talk about Twitter nonsense and see if anyone showed up and make sure this microphone's working and all that jazz. Me and my daughter are both a little under the weather, so I'm gonna be a little stuffy, and my voice is even like more cringy than usual. So yeah, anyways, the topic was recently canceled. Kind of, but not really. Let's see, I'm gonna test out this screen sharing junk. Share screen. We're gonna go take a look at Matt's Twitter, see what I'm talking about. You guys will have to bear with me. I literally don't know what I'm doing, and I did no prep or practice. I'll figure it out though. I'm big brain. All right, there we go. So yeah, here we go. We got Matt Kratz on screen. And if you don't know who Matt Kratz is, he's an indie creator. He's got Kyrie, I think it's pronounced. But it's a pretty cool indie comic, and he's actually a really good guy. Let's see if we can click on show some of his work. He's got a little unique art style, which it kind of reminds me of like what you'd see on like paintings of like old like pottery or something like that. And he's got these cool color schemes, and I really like his work. And he's one of the I've supported a ton of different creators, and he's one of them top on my list of creators. He's good at what he does. His books are high quality. The writing's cool. The art's cool. I like the cool little thing with the lettering, which was a little weird at first. And I've heard other people have like a little bit of net criticism of the lettering, but like me as kind of like a somewhat of a normie, I'm a dummy. I get a book, I read book, I like book. That's about it. But yeah, he's a good guy, and he's fulfilled multiple times for me and a lot of other people. So yeah, just a little bit on that. Okay, let's try not to click on anything bad. See, I'm totally boomering this, like winging it, 100% winging it. So I still got that shared. But what I wanted to talk about was he got a little bit of heat recently on Twitter. And to me, it was just like so bizarre. It seemed like such a simple. It's not even at its face. It's not even really like an opinion. It's more of a question. He says, "Is copy paste paneling a legitimate visual gag in the U.S. mainstream?" And it's a question, and you can see, he gave a couple examples, and if you hear trains in the background, yeah, I'm not far from the train tracks. But he gave these examples, and he just basically asked kind of like a simple question, from a mainstream professional level comic book, is this a legitimate visual gag? Because you're seeing it more often in the U.S. mainstream than usual, and for this simple opinion, you got kind of flamed a little bit. So like, this is common across all industries. It's obviously something to save time. It's that simple, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm gonna go over this. Like, a lot of these I haven't seen yet, but that's the opinion. It's done to save time, but it's like we're talking about like a mainstream IPs and titles on a professional comic book. Like, saving time as a customer, I'm not too concerned with saving your time if I'm gonna buy your book. Like, I mean, that's just me, but Okay, but the second one is legit funny. That's a good, that's another opinion because it can be used, comedically, like in this sense, that's supposed to be, whatever. Like people, like it's used in manga, it's even used in like film and stuff like that. Kind of going back and forth between the people, like not really moving. God, I don't even want to try to do Spanish right now. I'm not trying to embarrass myself, even worse. It's one of my favorite tropes. See, that's kind of friendly. All these like different international ones weren't even there before. When did they find it? Who ruined your night, mate? It takes time to be funny. Like, where was some of the toxic ones? I was trying to find the one in particular, especially because like, some of the takes were just so ridiculous to me. Still looking for. I'll be damned if I see someone calling this lazy, but you see, it is lazy. Like, if you looked at the thread, like the actual comments below it, Gabe El Taib, who actually colored, I could be wrong, but did he color that first one? But he's, a mainstream artist and he's worked on this stuff. And he came out and even said, yes, it's laziness. Yes, it's done to save money and cut down on time because the people are underpaid. And that's kind of what a lot of people brought up, but like really negatively. It's like, this guy's done for humor. Shut the fuck up. And so it's pretty harsh for such a simple question. Me, when I see overworked artists saving time by making funny, effective visual gags, damn, what a bunch of lazy assholes. And that's the other thing, too, saving time and saving money. I've seen multiple people bring up that fact. And, oops, I screwed that up. So, how do I stop sharing? Crap. Stop sharing. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people bring up that fact, like saving time, saving money, like you just want overworked and underpaid artists to blah 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 blah. And it's like, for me, it's such a weird opinion to have about saving time and saving money. Like, yes, but at the same time, you're asking me to purchase the comic book. And I mean, people use the different food references sometimes, and yeah, they get cringy. The hot dog stand with indie comics and stuff like that. But like another reference is that opinion that repeating panels like that in comics is done to save money, and you should just shut up and deal with that because artist or whatever is like, could you apply that to like any other consumer industry? Like, and it just sounds ridiculous when you do. Like, I don't care that my pizza is smaller than it was supposed to be and they left off some of the ingredients and they forgot to put the pepperonis on it and it was undercooked. The chef was just trying to save time and money and he's tired and overworked. You know what I mean? It just seems so bizarre to me that that would be. It's really common in some of the comments too. Okay, I unshared the screen. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna try to share it again. It's Chrome tab. I'm a pro already. I figured out how to click things and share. Okay, so we're back over here because they're incredibly funny for no reason. See, oh, grow up, and he had like thousands of comments and like 500 quote retweets, and for the most part, it's just like people kind of overreacting. And people also brought up manga, like, oh, manga does this too, so shut up. And I go back to like the comic book thing, like it's done in anime, manga, movies, this sort of like the still, holding it and going back and forth between the characters before they say something, a little awkwardness, which you're talking about a manga, which is 4, 5, 6 times as long as a floppy comic book. Like, if I got anywhere from, what, 16 to 26 pages of story when you take out some of the other extra pages in a floppy, and sometimes you'll have 1 or 2 pages where it's just the same panel copied and pasted. And like Gabe said, it's also done because to save time and money. But it's like, I think it's a valid opinion and a criticism if you're buying that comic book where it's like, I only got 20 pages to look at and 2 of them are just literally digitally copied and pasted on. See, I knew this was going to happen. A lot of cope in the replies. I couldn't find there was so many toxic ones when I was looking earlier. But of course I'm winging it and I'm like, I'll just go live. I don't need to save or screenshot any of them. I don't give a fuck. I don't do it every page or even project, but I sure as fuck do it if the need arises. Why wouldn't I? And it's like Lars draws. Like if that's you, then that's you. But like Matt's also an artist, and his opinion was that he likes to take that extra time and effort in his product, which he takes pride in, to draw each one, even if it's the same or similar, to draw it, maybe make subtle changes, and just actually manually hand draw. Even if you use like what do you call it, like a light board or something like that. I mean, at least you can notice the differences between like a digitally copied and pasted freaking thing. Yeah, all right here, see, US Comics bad. Insert thing that manga does as well. And once again, yes, manga does as well. On and like I don't know how many, what is it, manga pages, well over 100 depending on, the size. You talk about a giant thick manga, which is one of the benefits manga has over Western comics, besides all the extra bullshit you're looking at. But it doesn't really even bother me as bad when it's like just 4 panels out of on a page of hundreds of pages, as opposed to like a 16-page freaking thing. No way you expect them to draw 4 new panels with characters in the exact same position for no reason other than that to waste time. Yes, also, but maybe to need to be drawn exactly the same way in exactly the same 4 panels all at the same time. Like it's not just the artist thing too, it's also the writing. Like they're trying to cut quarters, oh, how do we get this on? Oh, well, we'll just do another one of these copy and paste pages, get to that 17th page so we can ship this out. And it's like, am I going to buy that? Do I want this pizza that's missing my fucking pepperonis? Maybe I'll be okay with it this time. I'm going to keep going back to that same restaurant. No, I'm going to go to some of these small mom and pop pizza places that are still giving me nice, tasty, and joyful pizza. I got to go back over here to see. Okay. Okay, so I'm over here. It still see, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't know it still shows that I can see the chat while looking at the page. I just can't scroll. Okay. No, I'm a pro. Yeah, let's just go. Like, there's just so many of the quote tweets that are like that. But if you go back to the actual comments himself, there's Matt Krotz sharing some of his work. Cool stuff. I like Kyrie. It's a fun read. More, it's like a tomb raiding and ancient adventure type story. But yeah, here's Gabe Abdul El Taib. He's a mainstream artist. He worked on, was it Superman? A few other things. Like me, I'm kind of a normie when it comes to comic books. So, like, I'm not like really knowledgeable, but I think the main reason why I started wanting to do a channel like 2 years ago, before a lot of stuff happened, I did my first live stream, which went pretty much like this, but it was still kind of fun, even though I was nervous. But one of the reasons I wanted to start talking about stuff was because I think it was one thing I got with our friend Vicky on Twitter. She got on me about like, you're not even a real comic fan, so your opinion doesn't matter. And it's like, I'm kind of a newer fan to comics. I knew comics. I've enjoyed comics in the past, but I never was around it, so I didn't really like. I'm not like one of those person that's gonna know all this stuff. I've read random ones as a kid, but it just never was really around me. Just never really got into it. I like manga and stuff, and then through Comicsgate actually is what introduced me to comics. Isn't this a good thing? Like, I don't belong because I wasn't even born in the 80s or around comics in the 90s and stuff. Like, so my opinion doesn't matter. You should want new fans to come in, especially when you're a creator, or some of these creators I see that say similar things. I don't know. And I've watching Comicsgate grow in different people. Like some people, their very first comic they ever read, that's one of my favorite comments to see when I share a link to a campaign and they buy it and they go, hey, this is my very first comic I bought. And then I see they get it and they say, oh, this is awesome. And they want to go. Like, that is exciting to me. That's why I used to promote so much. So yeah, like I think it's good to have an opinion of a somewhat normie person from the outside looking in at some of this madness, and then you'll also get people like Gabe here who's got insider information where he says right here, it's sloppy and lazy. It doesn't capture a long moment well at all. It takes people out of the story as they go, oh yeah, this is digital work, so they can copy and paste it easily. That's another thing too. If I'm flipping through that page and I stop and I'm into the story, that you're not going to get much from mainstream crap anymore. But if I were into the story and I'm like, oh cool, that gay dude's gonna beat up that white dude, cool, love this story. All of a sudden, boom, one of my 17 pages of story is just 4 of the same images. It kind of causes me to stop and like, I don't know. That's just one of my opinions, but that'll get you canceled. It's also weird how like some people are making this political, like Matt Kratz. I don't even know what his politics is. Like he's just kind of like indie creator. He's just a dude, and he just has an opinion. And I was seeing comments like, you know, all these alt right comics gators, and they're complaining and crying. It's like he's not only a creator himself, but he's also a customer and a reader. And you know, they always talk about, oh, my customers. You know, like they like to make fun of us for caring about customer concerns, and at the same time, it's like right here, like he's got a simple little opinion, and it just got like weirdos just got so mad about it. I was trying to find one of the nastier ones. But yeah, Gabe went on a whole thing talking about his opinion over it and his interacting with the from the mainstream point of view. I think he said, yeah, he brings up the pay. Like some of the people are saying, like, shut up, it's people not getting paid enough. He says the same thing. If you knew what they were paid, you understand why they rush and cut corners. Pros working in corporate commerce are being underpaid with pathetic page rates. I feel bad for them. It's too work for too little money. And that's a valid opinion. But at the same time, as a customer, I bring back the pizza thing. Okay, you have to cut corners and save time and draw things maybe less well or not a worse product at that point to save money. And me as a customer, do I really, it sounds rude to say, you know, like the overword workers that they care about all of a sudden, like it sounds rude to say, but no, like I don't care. Just like with the pizza. I want my dang pepperoni. I want it to be the right size. I don't want it to be undercooked. And if it is undercooked, I should be able to be like, this pizza kind of sucks now. And then someone will show up and be like, hey, you shut up. That chef was tired, didn't get paid enough, so shut up and buy that pizza. Like, no, man. I'm gonna go buy Matt Kratz pizza. You could probably make a good pizza. I'm sure you could make like one of those classic delicious ones that's made with just tomatoes and good medium minor. God, stutter. I do have a stutter. I got pretty good control over it sometimes, but it slips out. Literally, what does it change if it's going to look exactly the same? But should it? I mean, and here's another one, you know, Dojo Kun Comics. I've seen him around. He's a good guy. I think it works sometimes for a dramatic pause, and this is true. I like the third one. Here's an example, and then here's the example for the dramatic pause. And I think it can be done well and be perfectly fine, but it also depends on it has a purpose. It has a dramatic pause, but as Gabe El-Taib said, he personally knows from the inside that sometimes it's done to literally cut corners and just to push it out faster. And once again, as a customer, I think like Matt would have every right to just be like, hey, you know, maybe this. He'd even say it. He just asked the question like, is this legitimate? And I think his opinion was basically like he'd rather see it at least change subtly. You know, he says through here as he started trying to react to some of these people, but they started getting kind of nasty. I thought about trying to get him, see if he could come in here, but I literally just randomly did this completely at random, so I didn't plan it. Whatever. And I don't have him following me. Let's see, anybody in the chat? Because I'm trying to figure out if this even my audio is even working. To be honest with you. So, do I got the little bubble thing? I think I do. No, I know what I'm doing. Okay. So yeah, there's just that. Like, I don't know. That was my excuse for going live today, just because I wanted to test out the stuff. And I was like, I don't think anyone else is going live. And then, bam, at like 12:13, Tug goes live. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed kind of crazy for such a little, like I said, his opinion, and he got a lot of likes on it too. But like I said, if you look at the quote retweets are almost entirely people that are like really negative about it. I just thought it was kind of funny. So yeah, I wanted to test out some more stuff. Stop sharing screen. Ha! I'm back. Oh, it sounds good. Yes, thanks. I didn't know if anyone was there. I'm like, did I just rant that whole time and nobody even heard? But yeah, like that was just kind of like my excuse to go live. I just wanted to talk about that. Like I was gonna do a tweet about it, but then I started tweeting. I'm like, stupid character limit. I didn't want to make like a schizo thread about it, and so I was like, oh, I'll just do a quick, short talking video and post it on Twitter. Excuse me. Uh, Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. But yeah, and then I was like, man, some of you guys know me from Twitter. I'm kind of random as hell, and I was like, I'm just gonna go live and for fun. I kind of figured out how this stuff works, how to click the buttons. It's been so long. Oh wait, I did get more comments. It just updated. What the heck? I was checking and it wasn't saying anything. Getting flamed by any streamers, they have no leg to stand on. Wait, I can bring these up. See, I know what I'm doing. Wait, shh. You didn't see that. Boom. Just seems like lazy art. Give us the same pose from different angles. Yeah, and even like I had no preparation getting ready for this, so like there was one I wanted to show where someone had shared a manga page, and they're basically saying the same thing, like "Shut up, it's done in manga too." But the character itself was in the same position in all four panels, but in all four panels there was different backgrounds. There's different items in the backgrounds that changed. You know, a manga will have like little butterflies or circles or dots in the background sometimes. If you're familiar with manga, each panel was different looking. So, and the character but was staying in the same pose, thinking, conversing, or whatever. But like, it's not the same as what you were seeing with the other one, where it's literally just the same panel done over and over again. Like, you can add little things to make it seem different or different angles. And if the product you're pushing is just made to push it to me and cut corners, and maybe I'm not going to be that interested in it. Like I have probably 150 between what's in storage and this. I've got a mountain of them that came recently, and I haven't read any of them. I feel guilty because some of them are like people I really like, and I was really excited for, but I've been working crazy hours, and I kept saying I'll get started on them soon. Oh, there's only 4, there's only 5, there's only 6. There's oh shit, there's like 15 now. I just got to go and stutter, read them. Vicky likes to attack people. It is her game. Yeah, and me and her have had a lot of back and forth over the years, and everything she does and says is disingenuous. Anybody watching this, I don't know if I'll leave it up for a replay. It's really cringy and all over the place. But yeah, like anybody that would check this out probably knows who Vicky is or has dealt with her. I was trying to get a guest on too, but nobody answered. I was like, I came up with this idea 5 minutes ago. I'm going live in 15 minutes, and not a single person answered my message to come on with me. The audacity. I mainly wanted to have a guest just for fun. Oh no, God! I just checked my updates. Okay, yeah, same weirdos. Been freaking out on Twitter on me too. The types. John Burns, Alpha Flight 9. Oh wait, see, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Had all white pages. There were panel borders and word balloons, but no art. That seems a little odd to me. Was that was that one of those things that was more of a lazy thing, or was like an artistic decision? Had 5 all white pages. So it's supposed to be like a monologue or something. Like you think they would at least put like a dang bowl of fruit in the background or something. Because I mean, like the comics are like largely a visual medium. Like, and this is a whole nother topic people talk about a lot, like with the difference with art and writing and the importance of each and the story having to matter. But you also have to have the art keeps you intact. I think I'm on both sides of the fence between that sort of oftentimes friendly debate between artists and writers about like some people are like you can't carry a good story with bad art and you can't carry a bad art with good story, and I think kind of both I've seen, and not and I say bad art and I mean that loosely because I bring up one of my favorite examples. If you ever heard of Narwhal, it's like Earthbound and Foreign Agent, and he worked with your boy Zach. His art largely in the beginning was very much mocked, and even like people that were like kind of like me personally when I seen it, it looked different. Like I'm kind of a normie level. I backed a lot of indie people, I actually found Narwhal just as a person, a human being, fascinating. I loved his live streams. The first time I seen him, there was 3 people watching. He was wearing a tinfoil hat and a Zorro mask, and he was singing a song about the time he like peed his pants on accident. This is just one of those weird things with indie comics. You just never know what the heck you're gonna walk into. And I was just like, man, this guy's fascinating. I've seen his art, and I'm like, that's a little different. And I should bring it up because I know what I'm doing, right? So I would totally know what I'm doing. Let me see. Go over here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna use Twitter as or is it Narwhal, or is it Plaster Harris? Oh, it's Narwhal Books. God, why do people have so many names? That's me who changes my name every week, so that's not very good, valid criticism from me. Gosh dang it, now I can't find them. Okay, I guess I could pull up Indiegogo because I know what I'm doing. Shh, I know what I'm doing. Snowbird fighting in the snow, a snowstorm, canceled. Oh, there's Matt. You're canceled, bro. Yeah, I went over a little bit of the things, completely unplanned, and I just scrolled through some of the comments and just rambled. But yeah, just the reaction to your tweet just was like, really? Like something so simple. There's just a lot of bickering and fighting in comics in general, but like it's funny though some of the things that just get such a reaction sometimes. And you're like, it's kind of a simple, mundane opinion or maybe a question, and all of a sudden it's just like I've also had the same thing when I was new to Twitter too, and I was really ignorant. Like I haven't been on social media long at all, but I didn't really know too. And I remember I don't even remember what it was. I think it was Carol Danvers, and it was like this picture off the page, or it was a single image of her just looking atrocious. And I was just like, gee, like, what the hell is that? It looks horrible. Like, LOL. Like, and I just had no idea. And I just got, you're a Nazi. You're a white supremacist. Like, you're obviously Comicsgate. And I'm like, what the hell is a Comicsgate? I never even heard of it. And then, so yeah, and it's like, all I said was this picture. This picture was objectively bad. I got off on a tangent, but I was starting to get off into like the difference between like objectively bad art and like opinions on what bad art is, mainly because I failed on finding Narwhal on Twitter because I couldn't remember what his name is. Isn't it Blaster Harris or Narwhal Books? Let's just try Narwhal. I'm gonna type it. It's gonna pop up because I'm friends with him. It is Plaster. Oh, it's Plaster underscore. It's probably shadow banned or something stupid too, so that's why it wasn't coming up. Well, he's been doing this pretty cool animation thing too, using his art style. Maybe I could pull some of that up. But yeah, he was an example. I was starting to get on about like people talking about art and story and like art being good or bad and carrying a story. And Narwhal was very much a hot topic when he first came around. But as some of you may know, he's earned a lot of people's respect as an artist and a creator, and he just knows it. I simp for him a lot, and I will always simp for him. Oh yeah, Nosferatu. That's closing soon, actually, I think. Gosh dang it, you indie creators and you not having your campaigns pinned. Okay, as a customer, as a consumer, as someone who's backed 145-ish campaigns, have your campaign pinned in your bio or as a pinned tweet, dude. Like right now, like I'm just trying to bring it up just to show people, and it's like, people do this all the time. I'll go back and I'll think like, man, what was that campaign again? Oh, I remember the Twitter user. I'll just go find it on their page, and then I got to scroll down forever. Found it. Freaking Narwhal. I'm gonna yell at you. I'm gonna cancel you, Narwhal. I'm gonna start a beef. Indie comics beef. Me versus Narwhal. No, I'm just kidding. I love Narwhal. Okay, I gotta stop sniffling. It's cringe. See, this example would be a pretty good example of his art and how people kind of give him a hard time. So I got Matt, I got Armand. Oh, and I forgot to take the thing down. Felsbug. So yeah. Thanks for showing up, guys. I know Tug went live and a few other people like right as I go live. I understand. I hear about that happening quite a bit too. And the same thing happened in this is my second live stream technically. the last time I checked everybody that I usually watch. I'm like, nobody's going live. No, like, okay, this is my time. I'm gonna go and just randomly test it out, and maybe someone will show up. And like the countdown was up to like 5 minutes, and it was like Ethan went live, like random live stream. I think Tug went live that time too, and like it was just like I think Mandy Summers went live, and I'm like, why? If I would have planned it for 30 minutes earlier, I would have had 20 viewers instead of the 14 I had that day. But I mean, it was just kind of like this one where I'm trying to figure out what to do. I left it up there still. I'll check the replay. You're right. A lot of simple opinions get this reaction. Yeah, I kind of was rambly like I am now, and I didn't find some of the more toxic ones. I probably should have prepared more, but just literally getting the stream going was. I'm a complete boomer. I'm not gonna lie. This computer's bare bones too. There's like it's a laptop. I had nothing downloaded. The thumbnail was even boomered. I couldn't get the freaking image to work, so I had to use my phone to make the image, send it to myself on Twitter, take the screenshot from the computer to save it because I couldn't save it because I didn't have an app to process it or whatever. And then I had to, if you looked at the thumbnail closer, you'd see behind it, you can see Twitter because I was trying to crop it all the way down, but you apparently can only crop it to one ratio. And so you can see the border, you'll see Twitter behind it, but it worked. Just little red cancellation letters. I wanted at least something different than a regular thing. Good to see you, Matt. It's always good to see you, Matt. He's a good dude. Oh yeah, and I put Matt. If you don't follow Matt Felsbug, or I know, or Armand, you probably do, yeah. But I put him in the description of the video as Twitter. If I did the link right, I might have boomered that too. But yeah, I did finally find Narwhal, and I'm totally boomering this up with my logged in thing. But I wanted to show that. So live streaming, not that. Okay. Shh, I'm a pro. I know what I'm doing. Share screen. I'm not gonna sniffle. Okay, maybe a little bit. I'm not crying. I'm sick. There it is. Share tab audio for this image. So yeah, here's an example of Narwhal's art. Like earlier I was talking about like, oh, wrong thing. I went on like 4 or 5 tangents in between getting to this point though. But yeah, I was talking about like the difference between like art and story and everything. And Narwhal, to me, is one of the most fascinating examples. And this Nosferatu book being like the black and white, and I think it was even more Narwhal than some of his other Narwhal books, if that makes sense. But he's got this extremely loose style, and it doesn't show his like coloring ability. He's got this really earthy, cool coloring in some of his other books too. But it's just like this simple line work and lines. But he's really good at using like angles and perspectives. And I don't know if I'll see any examples in this one, but he likes to use different like filming camera lens angles the point across, and he got a lot of heat initially, like this is garbage and who wants to buy this. But I like this image too. Oh, nipples. But but yeah, his art works. It gets the point across, and then it's one of those things like once you experience it, like you can take even a great artist. Like people take screenshots of like I seen someone mocking Kyle Ritter of all people's artwork like on a screenshot because of like I don't think it was the arm or something. It was like pretty mild, but I mean, honestly, if you're getting Kyle Ritter is a crazy good artist. People are going to nitpick. It doesn't matter how good you are, but Narwhal got a lot of. He was getting rolled by some mainstream people too that were messing with him for his art. But with his writing and his storytelling and his ability to get the message across and emotions and feelings across to the readers, even just like with the way the lights. Now, like I said, I'm a normie. I'm kind of a dummy. I could just tell when I enjoy something. Oh, this one was what's that? Who drew this one again? I forget. I'm having a brain fart. Yeah, these are from some other artists too, kind of making his style. But yeah, ended up being like his first book came out, Foreign Agent. It was fantastic. And or no, was it Foreign Agent? No, it wasn't Foreign Agent. Gosh dang, Earthbound, and it was really popular and it got good reviews. And then people decided to look closer, and he's one of the guys. He was working in a deli. He made 10,000 on his campaign, relaunched, made like 30,000. As people started reading it, people just it's kind of something you got to get. That was a long tangent to get to that point, but I love Narwhal, so I will always simp for Narwhal. Stop screen. Narwhal's my favorite. Oh yeah, see, I can do this. Just wait till you see our cowboy collab comic. See, I'm always excited for more Narwhal, man. Like, you know, he's he's a good dude, and plus I got to hang out with him in real life. I don't know if you guys saw that. God, I probably would have shared it again, but like, oh my god, when I went, this was like last summer, I think. It was like months and months and months and months and months ago, but I had been like recovered from the injuries and stuff, and I was like 255 pounds, and I didn't even realize I was that big until I got that picture. And I looked like a gorilla next to those guys, and I look like a big meathead. But I'm down to 220 again. I'm getting there, bro. I'm gonna be healthy and be sexy soon. Yeah, Cowboy Narwhal collab sounds interesting. Yeah, and a lot of his stuttering, his I was trying to say scenarios, settings, setups, story. It's too many S's, but no, like some of his stuff, a lot of his stuff has like a Western vibe to it. Like, and I think some of the music, like you could almost do like that tumbleweed going by, even like with the Naked Samurai stuff. Like, it's got that vibe to it. So I know like a Cowboy Narwhal book's gonna be cool. Always fun to see new stuff from him. But yeah, that was pretty much my excuse for going live, was just a rant about that your situation, Matt. And if you go back and replay, I don't know how bad I'll probably watch it on replay too, because I don't know how the audio sounds and how many sniffles I got. Or like, oh, Dale Keelan, all stuffed up. Save me, Mandy. I'm all stuffed up. It's my Dale Keelan impression. If you even get the reference, Dale Keelan had his stuffy nose and it was funny. Because I can't remember if he was drunk or if he was high, but he got fixated on the stuffy nose thing. And it was like really bothering him. So yeah. I guess while I'm live, I could practice sharing a screen. I can show you guys what I usually do on YouTube, because I've never really streamed much. But I'll show you my usual nefarious deeds that happens on when I have words. No, when I browse YouTube, besides like the comic book stuff or whatever. Plus, I wanted to practice sharing a screen, so I will share the screen. Quit telling me what to do, StreamYards. I know exactly what to do. Okay, so I had this here. Share tab audio. Boom. So here we go. I was going wild about this on Twitter the other day because this is just so adorable. This channel is a really cool channel. They post a lot of like frog videos. It's a weird spot to stop on. Gently pressure on the buttocks. Okay, TLDR. The frog's sleeping on the cage door, but you can't shut the door because his head's in the way. So he shows how he wakes him up. And this is just adorable. This is why I don't get any sleep. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at him. And they do the subtitles now too, which is cool. Oh my god, dude. I love frogs. Fused. He doesn't know where he's at, dude. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna fangirl frogs. Okay, did that work? I don't know if that worked. Hopefully that worked. But yeah, I like watching that channel. It's like a Japanese channel, frogs. I've watched God knows how many hours of frog videos on there. But yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll go. I was kind of waiting to see if somebody messaged me back. I tried to get someone else to come on to help me, but like I said, I'm so random. I did it completely out of nowhere, so yeah, nobody else did. But yeah, Tug went live too. I'll probably go over there and check him out. But yeah, if you did watch this, I think I'll leave it up on playback. I don't care if it's cringe. It'll technically be my second video ever, and I sort of got the gist. I got it set up. I got StreamYard set up after failing to get OBS Streamlabs set up. That was a headache. Like, that's the other reason I didn't do any preparation. It took me so long just to get it to work, and at that point, I'm like, I'm just gonna go live. I don't even care. And sniffle at you guys. See, I gotta remember to take these down. General Piggy. Oh yeah, you shared that on Twitter too. Thanks, bro. Like, it's so cool that people showed up. Like last time, I was so much more nervous, and then like 14 people showed up, which it's funny because like I'm not like that nervous around people in real life, but like on live streams for some reason, it's just like, oh no, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. unless you've been on one or done one. Because I've been on a few just for shits and giggles, usually when I was already fucking drunk. I got on Mandy's one day and I was like knee deep in mud. Oh, God, I don't want to talk about it. I was pretty drunk, but a few other ones. I go on with Wise Guys Entertainment. He's super fun, super cool guy. And I finally got this headset, so I wanted to test it out. I did notice that I could hear the computer making a lot of noise. This laptop is noisy. This one I don't even ever use. I bought it for the kids to play with, and yeah. So hopefully to do maybe make another video sometime. I got to figure out how to record because I was initially just gonna record like one of those your boy Zach style like whatever short videos, but then StreamYard said I had to upgrade to do that, and I'm a boomer, so I was like I got to figure out a way to maybe do videos because I've done some on my phone just for fun, like when I was fishing. Maybe do some of that just for fun. Like it's cool to get on and talk and rant and rave and like maybe do it some more. Maybe talk to more people, get someone on. I had planned a while back to do like a sort of like a fan. Oh, cool, Felsbug. Yeah, I guess Matt, you did retweet it too. I saw before too. But yeah, I'd initially planned before my spine injury and surgery and a lot of bad stuff and ouch. But I'd planned on actually doing more then, and that just kind of I just put that aside and I never moved forward with it because my original plan was to learn how to do this stuff and then invite some of my like the chat peeps in, some of my friends on Twitter that from the customer side of things to talk about things and not like drama or anything like that, but like I find it fat because I've talked to a lot of people. I'm still ranting. Let's go. I said I was gonna end it, or I was gonna think it too, but yeah, I've been behind the scenes a lot with a lot of different people as just like a normie, and I've talked to a lot of people in a lot of different DM rooms, chat groups, like in person, just about the reasoning for backing comics, like what draws you to it, what gets you to it. Like, there's a lot of different things in there, like from you know finding the creator. Like for me, Narwhal, the reason I backed his book was the song about him peeing his pants. But I mean, that's like on a more serious note, though. Like you see some creators and like, oh, that guy looks interesting. I'm gonna check out his book, and vice versa too. Maybe you'll see the book is like, wow, that book looks awesome. Oh, he's also on Twitter or YouTube. I'm gonna go check that guy out. Hell yeah, General Piggy. But yeah, I keep going on tangents. I'll learn eventually, bro. I'm random. But yeah, I wanted to get more people like me, kind of just kind of normies, just to sit around and talk about little down deep dive into what gets people to make the decision to click that link because I used to promote a lot more and before I got deplatformed. That happened too around the time of my surgery. I lost my Twitter account. I was up to 1,000 finally, and then I've had a lot of stupid bans. That one they didn't even give me a reason for actually. I still don't know why the reason. The reason was nothing. It says your account has been uh what was it? Not removed. I can't remember the exact wording they used, but it's like your account has been removed for. Then it says for, and then there's a area below that tells you what your violation was. It was empty. Your account has been terminated for blank. Come on, man. You couldn't even give me an excuse. I'm toxic all the time. The last time I got suspended is because I made a joke about spanking a furry. I was like, it's like furries deserve to get spanked or something, and then it was like LOL. I'm like, oh wait, no, not that way. Like like implying I was made it like perverted, like I want to spank furries. It was a joke, man. They fucking it was like instantly just yeeted me. Luckily, I was able to come back after whatever the 12-hour suspension. But I tried to appeal it at first, and they just denied it right away. That's how that stuff works. But yeah, thanks for anyone that stopped by to say hi, whatever. I guess I should get back into the. Holy crap! I've been ranting and stuttering. I have been ranting and I've been ranting and stuttering for 45 minutes. I can work words with my face. But yeah, I should probably get to the things. But yeah, I mean, I guess subscribe to me. After my last live stream, I actually got up to like 100, I think, at one point in time, and then not streaming for like a year or two. I think I'm down to like 64. Maybe I'll do more. I know I've gone live playing video games too, but just kind of for fun. And my daughter likes to do it because she likes to feel like a streamer. So we stream some like Human Fall Flat and some games like that. She likes to do that. She gets real excited when someone like Fade or Wise Guys comes in and says hi. And she likes to chat. She's a better streamer than I am, that's for sure. She'll be talking and everything, and this is how we do this, and I'm just awkwardly trying to get through the game. It's fun. It's just for a fun thing. But maybe I'll do more. So yeah, if you give me a subscribe, a like, and I should have put my Twitter in the thing too. But I guess everyone here is from Twitter, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, follow Matt Krotz on Twitter. You can follow me at Gunplanoob1. I am a degenerate weirdo, kind of random, sometimes toxic, but most of the times, if I'm toxic to somebody, they're totally a jerk and they deserve it. I'm never wrong, like Amber Heard. I got, what is that? What's that official diagnosis she's got? She's a bitch. That's my official diagnosis of Amber Heard's craziness. So yeah, I guess I'll kind of try to leave it at that. I think there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I just had mainly the two or tabs open so I could show Matt's tweet. I hope the frog video worked. I don't know if anybody said if it did or not, but I wanted to practice sharing the screen with audio so that I can steal people's content. I mean, show my frog videos that I like to share. That could be a thing too, just because I want to share those cute frog videos. I gotta figure out eventually, like maybe how to do an intro, maybe how to do an outro. For now, it's just boomer fun. But yeah, thanks anybody that came in, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm probably gonna go watch that Umbrella Guy stream or whatever. My daughter's sick right now. We were supposed to go fishing. I'm gonna go on a tangent again. Stop. So yeah, it's raining and she's coughing a lot too, and we both got the stuff so stuffy. So I'm gonna go be a nerd. Maybe finally catch up on those indie comics I haven't read. I just got Fiendish too. Tangent again. I'm not gonna talk more. Okay, I talked enough. Talked a lot, but maybe some stuff to talk about next time because I'd like to bring on some of the books I've backed, get better at not stuttering, and show off some of them. Maybe do some more promoting. Like I've promoted on Twitter a lot in the past. I've been slowed down on that because of life, but yeah, maybe next time I'll talk about some of my indie comics and show some of that. See how it goes. I kind of figured out how the thing works, and that was my main goal. But yeah, thanks guys. The video worked. Yes, awesome. You guys saw the frog, bro. It's so cute. Oh, I love those videos. Okay, well I really am gonna head out, guys. I'll show that too. I work on getting like more mods next time too. I do have some haters, which was one of the other reasons I kind of walked away from the streaming thing because they were kind of really messing with me quite a bit. Yeah. Fuck. I forgot I was supposed to leave. Okay, I'm gonna leave, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming, dude. Thanks, Matt, for coming. Thanks for sharing. And hopefully I figure out how to make this better. I'll probably go on some other people's streams to practice too. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day and try not to let Twitter weirdos get you. Okay, I'm leaving. My brain stopped working. Okay, love you guys. Bye.